10 out of 10, the creepiest place I've been. So, the Conjuring House, probably one of the most haunted places in America, hands down. Built in 1736, it never really got famous until the Perrin family moved in there in the 1970s. It was said to be haunted by several spirits.
Mostly demonic spirits.
Bathsheba was an alleged witch. They never were able to prove it, but it was stated that she killed an infant with a very large sewing needle impacted to the infant's skull. So ever since then, it was her land and she made it known.
Yeah, so when we first got there, we pulled up. It was dark. It was really dark. Ironically enough, we drove past it, but we were able to see it through the trees. And I'll never forget, that's what caught my attention when I drove by and I saw that house. I said, oh my God.
Holy shit.
It's there. We almost slammed on the brakes.
The day has finally come.
It's dark outside.
We're making our way slowly to Harrisville, where the Conjuring House is. We're gonna grab something to eat first. And we took a nap and we just kind of got ourselves in the headspace to approach this adventure. We saw a fox here earlier. I don't know if you can see this hill, but it was up here. It was so cute. Look at this spooky house. It's all in purple.
It's unreal.
It is so committed. We're 5 minutes away. It is like so dark out here. In the middle of nowhere, Harrisville. Do not pass.
That's for girls.
Okay, it's not a sign. Man on a horse crossing. Farmland road. How you feeling, Rick?
I feel fine.
You feel fine? I don't know how I'm feeling. I guess I can compare this to a marathon. We are conditioned. If we would run a marathon, now we'd be so out of shape, but the fact that we've been doing ghost hunting for 2 years, it put us in the position to enter this experience. Of course, we're a little bit scared, but we're excited. It's something that we couldn't jump into straight away. I think we've finally made that point. And of course, we're going at night too. It's not like we're doing a day tour. We're going in the dead of night to investigate overnight here. We had to sign a waiver. It was a very intense waiver that said pretty much if you die, we are not responsible. This is crazy. We're 2 minutes away. It's finally here. We've been waiting so long. Okay, the roads are just getting like darker and darker, creepier. We are now officially on the Round Top Road. So this is the road that the house is on. Burville. Okay, I see you. It's gonna be on the left. They have a very long driveway, which I've anticipated. Visualizing ourselves pulling up to it. 1677, this is it. Okay, but how do we get in? It's dark. Is that it there? Oh my God, that's it. Okay, I think we
back up.
Here we go. Private property, invitation only. Yes. Oh my gosh, iconic. We made our way up and we saw fog coming from the house. True or false?
True. I thought someone had a wood burning stove, like a fire.
Oh, right. So our ghost hunter greeted us. We did this through Ghost Hunts USA. We're like, are you putting it on the fireplace? And she's like, no. I don't see any fog.
That was the most ominous sight, is seeing that smoke haze. It's like a flash. It comes to your mind like you're in a movie. Even though that house wasn't in the movie.
Right, the house that was in the movie was actually a set built in North Carolina. And the director, James Wan, who I respect immensely, didn't even visit the original Conjuring House. This is where everything happened. This is where this all-American family was haunted, by these spirits. Joseph Arnold was clearly in the house that night, and we'll tell you more about it. So upon entering, we signed the waiver, and we just take it in. To me, it felt very, iconic, of course, but a little bit smaller than I had seen on different YouTube videos. You said it felt cozy. There was a mother and daughter there. They were so sweet. She's like, oh, I thought this was the house from the movie. She's like, where's the piano? I'm like, no, like this is the original. This is the OG.
It's got that appeal, that character. It was really cozy. Fireplace in each room.
They had original support beams on the ceiling, so we just kind of like went in room to room and got a feel for it. We were the first ones there.
I personally thought the house was fairly comfortable.
Jackie, our coordinator, told us not to take anything from the property, you know, because you can bring something home with you. But I had to get a shirt. I bought it a little premature. It says I survived on the back, and I'm like, well, I don't know if I survived the night yet, you know, because the night was still young. We were there for almost 8 hours. We could have went a bit longer. I think they allowed us up to 12. But at that point, at the end of the night, we were just
It was just
exhausted.
past 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
Like,
we wanted to stay for the witching hour.
Which is, yeah, it was about what, 3:12, 3:15. We said, okay, let's go home. There were still a few people there.
Yeah.
A few other people already left. I think we did quite a bit.
The group was very fun and diverse. I actually really bonded with this one girl. We were both Polish. We both are married to someone with a significant age gap. That person actually went to my high school. There was another lady there that had the same last name as me. So just some things in the universe are like meant to be.
We'll get to the creepy part.
So Jackie went over the rules, and there were a lot of them, and we paid quite a bit of money to do this investigation. One of the rules was we weren't able to film the group investigations, and that was the request of the owners. We wanted to be respectful of that, but that is when most of the stuff happened, and we did capture a few things that we'll show you individually, but like nothing we've ever seen before. The craziest thing I think we've ever had is that child running by in the Beck house. This was like active, intelligent spirits responding to us.
Right up there as one of the most haunted.
And the spirits are just still attached to this house. The prior owners, lots of children. So our first investigation as a group was upstairs, and
One of the creepy places.
one of the many creepy places of this house.
3 bedrooms, all on the same floor.
Right.
As soon as you go up these little stairs,
Very steep.
I'm not that tall. These stairs, you can hit my head.
Right.
And this little cubby in the center with a weird looking little passageway.
Lots of different like nooks with like different little doors.
Yeah.
It's like a freaking dream. So we went to the middle bedroom, all of us, and the coordinator said, you know, sit anywhere you'd like. Rick and I scored these amazing bean bags. Some people sat on the bed, some people in the rocking chair. And then it went dark. And the tools that she had to investigate with were elite. One of them was called a tripping cord. It only lights up when electromagnetic fields go over it. You can't manipulate it. Like if a human were to go trying to set it off, it wouldn't. It's not motion detected, it's magnetic. So she first, you know, tries to summon the spirits of the house. You know, we're all sitting there like in the dark together. There's a group of us, so I feel like the more people you have, the more energy that's available for these spirits to respond to.
And you don't get as freaked out with all the people there.
Yeah, like people have your back. There's like someone here, all by your side, and all like-minded people who are just like engaged in this process. What does she say? She says, you know, hi, are you here with us?
Definitely a haunted home. This is supposed to be, according to the history and the movie and what people say, there's more of a demonic spirit in that house. But the way that our tour guide was talking, they're talking like little kids. She's claiming there was kids. Okay,
Yeah.
there was kids in there, but you can't distinguish what ghost is a kid or an adult.
I mean, she's been there quite a few times, so she was quite familiar with the spirits, and they were responsive almost on cue. Like we waited a bit, and then the tripping cord is just lighting up at once, and we're all like, ooh, ah, and then we would say like, thank you. We'd always thank the spirit every time they would do something for us. And we all had to introduce ourselves and ask a question. So I remember my question was, hi, my name is Blair. I'm a girl. If you're a girl too, can you light up the flashlight? And there was a flashlight sitting on the dresser near me, and instantly it just like lit up. That was happening. Then she'd say like, okay, like if you can do that, like, you know, drain the light from the flashlight, and then you'd slowly see it going lower and lower, because like, you know, the spirit was manipulated the energy. I mean, think about it. People are going there day in and day out trying to communicate. They're either really tired of it or they're just like used to it.
Okay, yeah, there was some question marks for sure. It gives you a creepy vibe, and we haven't even got to the creepiest.
Yeah, so after that, it kind of like, warmed us up, and then she gave us some free time, so we got to explore. I went to the basement. I grew up in a wartime house, and I spent a lot of time in wartime homes.
Old stone
walls.
put up over 220 years ago. That you can't even fathom, because it's like you're outside. There's nothing creature comfort about this basement.
Not at all. It's cold, it's
There's
smelly.
spider webs that are so old and dirty looking.
There's snake skin, just like remnants. There's a well. So we were down there, we were given dowsing rods to ask questions. It's my first time using them. We did get some responses, we'll put them here.
That was the creepiest.
Really? I think as a group it's creepier.
That was creepy, but the whole basement in general is creepy.
Creepy, yeah. No, you and me were down there, and we heard like someone like turning on a switch or a light like within a meter of us, and there was no one there.
This is the basement, eh? Wow, you go first.
Oh my god. Okay.
Creepy.
This like it smells like moose. I don't know if anyone else is down here.
I don't know.
Hello? Yeah, it's definitely an old basement.
Oh no. It's so dark in here.
I know. Trees are nice. Dang. It's definitely an uneasy feeling down here. This is crazy. Is there anyone down here with me?
I can hardly see it, but yeah, it's opening up. Someone's down here.
Someone's down here with me. You return to center, please? Did you just turn that light off? This pipe's freaking me out. What is making that noise? Is that you making that noise trying to scare us? 10 out of 10, the creepiest place I've been on my investigation journey this far. Are you a boy?
No.
No. This thing's lighting up, but I think it's the router. Okay, so then you're a girl. Thank you. Are you a young spirit? Babe, it's one of the kids, I think.
Possibly.
Did you? Thank you. I got like a weird lighting thing here. No, babe, this is the well.
Is that the well?
Yeah. That's kind of dangerous. Like, you don't want to be down here kind of drunk, eh? Not that we drink, but I'm trying to get my flashlight on. Whoa! Yeah, you don't want to fall down there. You do not want to fall down there. What's your step?
Conjuring House basement. If it's locked, you can't go in there, apparently.
I'm just like fearless.
It's just so beat up. So old and beat up.
Get some flash photography. You see like orbs go by. Just ominous shadows. Are you happy here? Are you moving that wire?
No.
Film it. Are you moving that wire?
Look at your aura right in front of you.
Really? Is it from the light?
It's green orb, I don't know if it is.
Green? So that was kind of unexplainable.
Okay, with the group, how many were there of us?
There's like 8 to 10 of us. Probably the highlight of this whole experience was going in the basement shortly after the group investigation upstairs to investigate as a group. Because we all went down there.
All in a line,
all
facing
in a
the
line.
back wall like we're gonna get executed.
And Jackie decides to turn the lights black. And that's when I had that. I'm standing in fucking Conjuring House
Pitch
in
black.
the pitch dark, okay? And she's got the spirit box and she's got someone with the headphones. It's called like deep diving.
In another room.
In another room.
In the basement.
And they're giving us responses to our questions that were very accurate. Okay, and they can't hear us, they're just hearing what they hear through the spirit box. So a lot of those answers were creepy.
I didn't see it, I couldn't see it.
I did.
Apparently everyone's seeing someone,
Shadows.
some shadow peeking out of a wall where it's pitch
On the
dark in
left.
there.
Yep, I would just see like moving, and we're looking down, like who is that, and I could like feel it. One lady thought it was like creatures, how did she describe them?
Like little troll creatures.
Yeah, they're like half
I think
human.
she's...
Okay, but I was like, they're spirits for sure. And so then we'd be like, is that you?
Yeah, it was pretty affirmative.
One girl was very, very brave. She like went in like the corner, like looking at someone. Like, girl.
Yeah, that was nuts. I'm like, what are you doing?
What was freaky for me, and I didn't love, is that when I asked my question, I asked it in a little bit of a higher voice, and you noticed that too, that all the women there would
Talking like it's little kids.
I don't know why, it was like an instinct for all of us, but I'd be like, hi there, like I'd be like, how are you? And the ghost or the spirit or the freaking demon like mocked me, like hi, and then he's like hi, like I hear it like on, it was like sinister. I didn't love that at all. And so I said like who am I talking to? And what was the response? It's in the details. The person in the other room on the thing, it's in the details. And you know what's in the details, ladies and gentlemen? The devil. The devil's in the details. That's like a very old folklore phrase. So
goosebumps.
yeah, it was very unsettling. So at this point I'm like, okay, and then you hear like these like sinister laughs coming through. That to me was the craziest part. I was kind of happy to go upstairs after all of that, just to kind of get like just a relief. It was like heavy.
It's like the demonic spirit is in the basement by far.
One of the girls investigated down there with her partner later, and she said that
Bathsheba?
came through. She's buried down the street in a cemetery, but she might be attached to the house still. But Joseph Arnold, who was the prior owner spirit, and one that Andrea Perrin saw when she first moved into the house, was referred to as Grumpy. Every time Jackie would refer to him, she was always grumpy here because, you know, the mood would change, like maybe the kids wouldn't be as playful whenever he was around.
Also a couple other stories. There is a caretaker, young fella, who's there how many days a week?
Quite often. He's very brave.
5 days a week? I wouldn't do it. Anyway, obviously he gets paid there because the owners don't live at this house like the previous owners did. We did a little investigation in the bathroom.
Because of him.
Because of him. He said one time he was in the bathroom. A little girl pops up in the mirror.
Yeah, because there's a two-way mirror which is like opening the portals, and her name was Caroline, and apparently he reminds her of her
brother. We're in the Conjuring House bathroom.
Did you die in this house? No. Do you have other family members that are living in this house here with you? Yes? Okay. Are we speaking to the little girl who made an apparition to read?
It's true, I don't know. We weren't there.
Well, when he came in the room, there was a whole bunch of like random things hanging from the ceiling in the dining room, like straw and like bells, and like things were moving and we couldn't find a vent. And he's like, oh yeah, these move all the time. Like he's like, this is like not uncommon. Another group did an investigation in the library. Rick and I were doing our own thing at that point, and they said the door moved.
The library definitely has some stuff.
Some activity.
And of course, we went outside to investigate with the couple from Canada as
Yeah,
well.
Kingna and Doug.
Apparently, before we went out together, they have an old barn there on the property, and apparently she got pretty frightened.
She heard a knock.
She heard a knock.
So we're like, we want to go outside and see what that's all about. But before we did, Jackie told us that it's not uncommon for the spirits to set off car alarms. Like when you go outside, like tuk, 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 tuk. So when we immediately come out, we see a car alarm, like tuk, tuk. And so I took out my phone to start filming. I was like, what was that? What was that? And you'll see here. And then we also kind of heard like a... Did you set it off?
No. That's like 4 cars down from us.
Wow.
Oh my
How could I
gosh.
set it off?
Are they messing with us?
It could be.
Okay, we're outside the Conjuring House and...
Was somebody whistling?
I just heard that too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Doug, were you whistling?
Apparently a lot of activity happens on these grounds. Whoa.
Is that a gunshot?
We're going up to this barn and we're using the K2 meter.
Is this where you knocked on the door here?
Yeah. Right
Okay. If there's anyone
find it
here, can you light up our K2 meter?
It's dark here. It's locked, this one here. There's a lock pad on that.
What?
Dude. Is there someone here?
Watch your step.
No. You could literally like fall here, like fucking sprain your ankle.
You signed a waiver.
Yeah, seriously. And we're in the States because we don't have our
Oh, we have no
Medicaid.
insurance.
We don't have our OHIP.
Yeah, we're done.
You heard them whistling.
I
right?
heard whistling,
And I
yeah.
don't know how to whistle, so it wasn't me.
I have to blow when I go. That's good. It's pretty
You're not
Rick, how do you feel about that?
So there's a really cool movie out if you're looking for an interesting movie on The Conjuring. It's called The Sleepless Unrest. One of my Facebook friends, John Huntington, is in that film. And what they discovered on the property of The Conjuring House, I think there's over 8 acres of land, are flashing lights in the forest nearby. Jackie mentioned these as well. She said, don't follow them. It's a sinister spirit.
Don't try to find it. Find
Yeah.
out where it's coming from.
It brings you to the forest and then you get lost. Like so many people have gotten lost in that forest. That's why when we were with that couple, Doug was very brave and he kept going like deeper and deeper and like we're just kind of like, whoa, like we don't want to, you know, lose our way back. Like there was snakes. But we did see 2 flashes
Yeah.
in the forest that were unexplainable. And we're like, are they stars? No. Jackie also said that there have been UFO sightings on the property. There's also 3 soldiers that are buried outside.
Just right by the side of the house.
I don't want to walk over them because
Yeah, to be respectful. Oh, this is going crazy.
Soldiers are buried there, right?
2 soldiers are buried here. And apparently there's 7 total.
There's supposed to be 3 here, but I guess there's a flag missing.
Flag missing,
maybe
yeah.
someone just took it. I could see like teenagers coming on this property and, you know, pulling some stuff.
The tour guide, Jackie, asked one of the spirits, who was the president? What did they say? I don't remember.
Lincoln,
Yeah, but obviously it's not Lincoln.
because they're in a different realm. Sometimes spirits will say, like, you know, Biden, and they're like active, but this one was like residual, like in the past, like, oh, Lincoln. Another cool thing that we saw was the broken neck lady that was drawn
This is creepy.
by the original child of that house.
Apparently one of the rooms in the basement used to be a daycare back in the 70s, was
Can you
it?
imagine going into daycare in that basement? Oh my god,
This is back in the day.
messed up.
Probably 40, 50 years ago.
Yeah, but still.
And this little box, about so big, it was all white. But the
Like a
kids,
toy chest.
like a toy chest, but the kids could squeeze in there. They were sketching a picture of the broken neck lady.
Because children can see spirits far more than adults. And the Perrin family, they had 5 kids that are featured in the movie, so, you know, they saw a lot of things too. And actually the owner that sold that family the house said to the father before they moved in, leave the lights on at night. So the supernatural has always been occurring in that house. And you don't have to disclose if your house is haunted when you sell it. That's not like a prerequisite. You can just say, here are the keys, and, you know, find out for yourself.
Yeah.
But there's definitely something going on in that property.
Canadian girl.
Mm-hmm.
She told us that
Oh, the
the
locals.
locals won't even go near that place.
Yeah, they're like terrified. The girl we were with from Canada, she reminded me so much of my friend Melitza, who moved to Australia. And Melitza would never go to this kind of place at all. She was like, she's very terrified of that kind of thing, would always be like, you're so brave. But I think she's so brave because she's gotten LASIK eye surgery and she's skydived. Like, those to me are like two elite things. So it's all perspective. But this Girl Kingdom really brought a sense of comfort to me. 10 out of 10. Yes, it was expensive, but it was just something on our bucket list, something that like the Mecca, ideal place that we can go. I'm sure there's penitentiaries out there that are just as wild, but to us, that was just like...
This was something else.
It was something else. I'm so glad I did that with you, babe.
Thank you, baby.
That was like,
awesome.
It was great to have a partner. Rick and I are just chilling in the Conjuring room. We've got the K2 meter. We're really tired. We might just take a nap. There was a lot of activity up here earlier. Oh, this just went off, of course. Is there someone with us? If you're here, can you light up this K2 meter? Can you make it go yellow? Oop. Thank you. Can you come closer? Oh. You're here with us.
Oh, here it is. Okay.
Were you in here before? Is Manny up here? All of you guys? Is Caroline here? Can you come walk towards our K2 meter? You're walking over here. Can you come walk in this room? Thank you. I heard scratching on the door. There was like unlimited coffee all night and there was never a dull moment. And I think like towards the end of the night, we were just so satisfied with what we got that we were just ready to go. And Jackie says it's not uncommon after the witching hour for the ghost just to kind of be like, okay, like I'm done. Like I'm done. And what did we hear on the spirit box at that time?
Go to bed.
They were done. I hope you guys enjoyed the clips that we were able to provide, as well as this storytelling of true events. But all in all, we were just like blown away.